How you doing, guys? It's Richie. Looking at Wonder Woman Dead Earth. This is the hardcover edition, black label, done by Daniel Warren Johnson with Mike Spicer coloring. I recently just picked this up, and I've been wanting to read this story for quite a while, but I never got around to it until a couple weeks ago. So it's an oversized hardcover. Like I said, it's the black label, so it's kind of out of continuity. Daniel Warren Johnson. I mean, if you don't like Daniel Warren Johnson, you're not going to like this. So, starts off going back to Wonder Woman as she's a kid and kind of how she was made, and gives you some backstory on Wonder Woman. And it goes forward. Now, this story takes place in the future. There's been nuclear war. It's post-apocalyptic. And it's, more of the same with Daniel Warren Johnson. With the crazy sound effects. If you know your style, you understand. Great picture here. Very nice. Good creature design. So she was in this glass case hooked up to a computer. She don't know what is going on. She doesn't know what's going on. But she's being attacked by this monster. And the monster is actually able to make her bleed. So the people who were looking around in the cave who got, attacked by the monsters, help her out. He stabs the monster in the leg. He gets sliced, though. And Diana finishes the monster off. And she's like, where's my gauntlets? What's happening? She doesn't realize where she is, what's happened to her, what's going on. Great shot. His work is like rough, but it's nice. It's hard to explain. Very scratchy and dirty. So it turns out she's in the Batcave. And she comes up and she sees Bruce dead on the couch. Now she knows there's something wrong by the gods. Cool double page spread. Great colors. Mike Spicer. She's saying to herself, what happened to Earth? What's going on? So the Wanderers tell the story. And she says, something's happened to my powers. I can't fly. I'm still strong, but not nearly what I was before. So she takes Bruce's utility belt. And she's looking for her old costume. She finds it shredded. And she asks the people, if you'll have me, I'd like to travel with you. And of course, how are they going to say no? So the Wanderers take her back to their town. And immediately it's like they're trying to attack her. It turns out the Wanderers jam her up, put her to sleep with some chemicals. And they say, I'm sorry, this was a bad idea. She could be an asset. She knows what came before. So they bring her to the king, or the leader of the crowd. They're all drinking and fighting, and Wonder Woman's awake. And she's not having any of this. And the flashback to her and her mother, and just talking about before how where they lived was paradise, whatever that island is. I'm not a big Wonder Woman fan. I've never read a lot of Wonder Woman. Although I do have interest in the Golden Age Wonder Woman books. And I've came close a couple times to buying some real old books from the 40s. They're very expensive in higher grade. So they're going to put her in an arena. Might as well put her in a fight, entertainment. And she's in the arena, and who shows up? Cheetah. But she's been experimented on. She's got teeth on the side of her face. One of her hands is a cheetah face. So they're fighting, and Diana's trying to get her to stop, but she's not stopping. Now, as they're doing all this, they're fighting. These post-apocalyptic monsters are attacking. And they're still fighting here, and she finally recognizes her and says, Diana, how did you get here? What happened? Look what they've done to me. Who did this? I have to fight you. They'll hurt me if I don't. I'm sorry. Here's a great panel. I love the coloring, man. Coloring this is exceptional. And here come the monsters over the crowds. Look. So now it's a free-for-all. Humans versus post-apocalyptic monsters. And she's doing her thing, crushing them. More and more of the same, fighting. Finally, they defeat them, and now the people are now recognizing Diana as their leader, and the former leader is being chased by the cheetah. She wants to kill him, but Diana's not going to let that happen. She's still a good guy, or a good girl. And they're all chanting her name. So she's the new de facto leader of this tribe. Man, she's beat up. Scarred up, scratched up, filthy, hasn't showered. Disgusting. So I guess this was originally sold as 3 books. I think they were magazine sized, if I'm not mistaken. Because, those early Black Label books were all magazine. Batman Damned, I think this was there. I think there was a Swamp Thing, which I heard was good. Might have to pick that one up. So she's thinking back to her old Pegasus. Is that what? I don't know if it was Pegasus or I forget what it was called, but I'll call it Pegasus. Sounds good. They leave the old leader in the jail. And now she's got the utility belt. She's gearing up. She's getting ready to take them out of their town to her old island, whatever that was called. Another nice double page. And she finds, well, now they're going back and forth from when she was a girl. And they're going over the bracelets, how the bracelets kept her in check. They, kept her powers in check so she wouldn't go nuts. So they're trying to find her old hometown, and sure enough, they come across a giant desert-dwelling monster. Kind of like Tremors. This reminds me of James Harren's work, too. And sure enough, she blows the thing up. But a lot of people died. How many did we lose? Too many. And here's the carcass. And they decide to start cutting it up, and the guy says the entrails, the rib cage, they all look almost human. How can that be? And here they are. They finally reach her island. I forget what that was called. And she's like, what? What happened here? The statues are crumbled. It look, everything's beat up, crushed up. I'm going in alone. So she goes up the stairs, and at the top of the stairs is Nubia. Is that you? And she points to the catacombs. So Nubia's not even speaking. She's like this Black Knight type character. I don't know if you can make that out in the camera. So down they go. And she finds her mother. Oh, Diana, I've missed you. But look what the mother's turned into. A creature herself. And she talks about how the humans bombed them. And she's trying to turn Diana. And this guy comes to fly one of her new friends, new wanderer, chops her mother's arms off. And here comes Nubia. She's trying to cut them down now. And of course they start fighting, Wonder Woman and Nubia. Bing, bang, boom. Nubia kills one of them, actually. Pegasus. So they do call it Pegasus. It's a nice double page. I wonder what the originals probably look really cool without the coloring. So it's Cheetah, Cheeto, whatever the hell they call her. I'm not real up to date with her Wonder Woman's rogue gallery. So they're fighting back and forth. And here we go. You're not welcome in your camp. Why did you help us? Not for you, for her. So Diana pulls a shrewd one. We trusted you. We believed in you. She's leaving them behind now. All the people that she let out from their hometown. So she has a change of heart. She says, you never should have trusted me. And I never should have trusted you. So now she's on the quest to find Superman. Because who can help better than Superman? And they start thinking back, and it's all flashbacks to the war. So the humans attack the Amazonians. And there's a big battle. And that's how they caught Cheetah. They experimented on me, tortured me. That's all I wish to say. I knew humanity was sacred, but I forgot how damaging that fear could be. They can't be trusted. So she's down on humanity now, Wonder Woman. They turned us into monsters. So the Amazonians that did live were all changed due to the nuclear attack. Nubia's got her own creature that she rides. That's pretty cool. Kind of Lord of the Ring-ish type. So the kid finds the lasso of truth, and he puts it around this guy. And he gets the truth from him. He knows that they need Wonder Woman. You've made my life hell. She's our only chance. Blah, blah, blah. There's Cheeto, Charo, whatever. They're both riding. Wow. They were waiting. She's telling how everybody was waiting for Superman to come save the day, but he never came. And there's like fields of bones and signs that say, "Save us. Come back." So they go to the Fortress of Solitude. And they open her up, and there's a robot to greet them. Now, the robot has some of Superman's intellect. So they bring her to Superman, and Superman's dead. And what happened? You killed him. And there's a big hole in his chest. The war was coming to an end. Earth was falling to the Amazons. So he was battling it out with the Amazonians. And as he was doing that, they launched all the nuclear. And he goes back and says, "What have you done?" And Wonder Woman is trying to knock them all out of the sky, but she can't. Some of them got through. And they blew up their paradise. Superman comes back, says he's sorry. There was one heading to Smallville, Diana, my family. I had to. So he went back and stopped the ones that were heading towards Smallville. And she flips out. And they're fighting back and forth. I don't know, I just think Superman would have crushed her. So they're in the Fortress of Solitude fighting, and sure enough, she finds some kryptonite and stabs him with it. Then she blasts a hole through his chest as he's weak. Typical woman. Running on emotion. Anyway. And here comes, I was activated by an old friend, Batman. So Batman comes on to everything after it's all said and done. Now the kids finally catch up to Wonder Woman that she had left behind. And the kid wraps the lasso around her and starts questioning her. "And you didn't just run away from your promises. I tried my best. Why did you leave?" "I was angry, scared. I felt I couldn't trust humankind." So she starts coming to a realization that she's overreacting. And she needs to come to her senses. And they're going through, here's something. The name was D, correct? Yeah, I need you to talk to you about something that could change everything. And he gives the kid a box. Items collected over the years in Superman's fortress. All kinds of guns. So she's in the tomb where his body is, and she makes a decision to rip out his spine and skull like a predator. She wraps the lasso through it, which I thought was cool. And that's her new weapon. Superman's skull and spine. Okay. Now we're getting towards to the end. And they're going over the Batman. What's in the box? I'm leaving this with you. Batman finds her after she kills Superman. Unlike a god, I won't recover. So he's been poisoned by the nuclear waste. And they're back at the Batcave. He brings her back to the Batcave, and he was the one that put her in this encapsulation that kept her alive and breathing. He just decides, I'm going to have a drink and go sit out in the sun. And he dies. So now she's back on track, and she's got Superman's robot. She's back with the kids. They got the box of something that's in there. And they're heading back to the people. hydrosided. So the monsters are coming to finish off the survivors, the humans. And they're back at war. But now they're at war with the Amazons. The Amazons are the monsters. And they're fighting. This is great. Cool panels. Fighting. She's got the skull and the spine, and her mother is still out there killing it. And here's Nubia. She shows up in her armor. She kills one of the kids. Well, not a kid, I guess he's a guy. And Superman's robot and Nubia are going at it. Nubia's got a jammed up face. She's got like tentacles coming out of her eyes. Oof. And action, a lot of action. You got to give him credit. He's keeping the story moving. And I'm not going to read every panel and look at every single panel. So they break out the box. And inside the box is, what is it? It's a serum. I forget what it was. She gets her powers back. Now she can fly again. So she's at full strength. Probably more without her bracelets. And this is just a trippy color blast action sequence of Motherverse Daughter. They fight. And she does her in. She kills her. And that's the carnage left behind. And they're burying the dead. And they go into the basement. There's no one here, Diana. The mother, well, actually, the mother's not dead. The mother got away, I think. And they're trying to rebuild paradise. And they're going back and forth. Well, you helped me revive the dead earth. So now their goal is to bring the planet back to life. Try to rebuild from the ashes. So here's the cover gallery. That is fantastic. Another great one. Oh, these are all great. And it gives you some sketches. That's good. It's a good production value. It gives you a little breakdown of who Mike Spicer is. And more rough sketches, prelims, or thumbnails of the covers. Overall, I give it a 7 out of 10. Definitely worth a read. If you're a fan of Daniel Warren Johnson's, it's a must-have. If you don't like his work, skip it. So, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. I'll catch you on the next one.